if you're into those short-term Bitcoin charts, then your eyes better be peeled on this short-term resistance area we've been tracking, because it looks like Bitcoin's getting ready to give us a signal. What's up, everyone? Welcome to Crypto Capital Venture. Hit that subscribe and like on the way in. Let's jump into this Bitcoin video. The price of Bitcoin is almost exactly where it was last night when I did a video. So, but there's something happening right now in the charts that I want to talk about. So this might be a short video, but we're going to talk about what's going on here. Before we do, here's a quick clip from yesterday. How will this 6 hour? I mean, as I upload this video, what's going to happen? You know, these are the questions I asked. 5 hours from now, when I'm reading comments, what will the comments be saying? Will they be saying, Dan, we got separation to the upside? Will they be saying, Dan, we fell back in? So I asked that question, and I'm replaying that video because it's really interesting what actually did happen. So when I recorded that video, it was this candle. And at the time, Bitcoin was in a green candle above the Fibonacci resistance. This is the Fibonacci resistance, in case you have not seen. It's the swing high to the swing low, back up to the 618 to 786. Bitcoin has been grappling with it. It is a huge area, and we're waiting for that signal. So yesterday when I did a video, Bitcoin looked very similar actually to this current candle on the 6 hour chart. And what happened after I uploaded the video, Bitcoin, you can see, came back down right to like 19,000, testing the 618 of the Fibonacci retracement. Bitcoin has been spending a lot of time in this resistance area. Now, we really have tested the 786 breakout area 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like, Bitcoin's really grappling with it since December 13th. We're going on a couple days now. Will be 3 days tomorrow. So I tweeted a little bit earlier, Bitcoin was 19,508. Now, I said Bitcoin breaking above resistance for a third time. This time is a bit more convincing. A true breakout may be underway. A 10% move to 21,000 is on my radar, depending on how these next couple 6 hour candles close. Like an hour later, I tweeted this. You can just see the emojis because look what Bitcoin did. That exact 6 hour candle, you can just see, terrible looking, right back into the Fibonacci retracement, the Fibonacci resistance area. Bitcoin has been struggling with this area. What's good for you and I is we have a really solid indicator on our screen before our eyes. This 786 line, 19,400 area, down to the 618, 19,000 area. Can Bitcoin stay above? And it's really the same question as last night, which is, can we get separation? And it's a critical question going into tonight and into tomorrow morning, because something's going to happen. Bitcoin's going to get that separation, right? Within the next 12 hours, or it's going to probably come back down and test this area. And they're both critical moves in terms of the short-term charts. If you like these short-term charts, other than sitting back, opening up your charts and just seeing if it's up a lot or down a lot, this is the technicals that you want to watch. This is just it. It's a little boring as Bitcoin just trades in this sideways area in a very small range, but here are the two scenarios, and I want to illustrate them. What could potentially happen? I want you to be able to envision this, and I liken it a lot to two areas on the historical charts. One is after Bitcoin came out of that swing low in March, right? Bitcoin was just seeing some really nice gains, right? We know what happened. But along the way, Bitcoin on this daily chart right here, I remember doing videos on this. There was this head and shoulders that got put in, and we perfectly hit the target to the downside. But before we hit the target, we were tracking a very similar Fibonacci retracement on the daily chart, which was that swing high to around 12,500 in August, you might remember, to a swing low. And this is what it looks like when Bitcoin truly fails to break that Fibonacci resistance. And it looks like that. Bitcoin comes back down, and we hit a head and shoulders target to the downside. Now, if you actually take a quick glance at the daily chart now, you can see Bitcoin on this. It's a similar daily chart, right? We have a previous swing high right here, and Bitcoin's testing that exact Fibonacci retracement. What's good for the bulls, and a good indicator really, is Bitcoin didn't see like immediate rejection here and never test this resistance again. We've been testing it for 4 days now. And it's really a series of higher highs and higher lows. You can just see it here. This is a daily chart. It's a little weird looking, but That's what's happening in terms of Bitcoin on the charts. And that is good as Bitcoin tests this resistance area. We want to see higher highs and higher lows. Now, another area on the chart to compare Bitcoin to right now, number one was this potential downside scenario. Let's look at an upside scenario for Bitcoin. So this is back in July, right? And this chart is very interesting. And I should say July of 2019, by the way. So I have this charted where it's just this crazy looking rising channel, right? It just Bitcoin was just going parabolic. And I have that illustrated because as of recently on a chart, if you zoom out similar to how we are on that chart, Bitcoin's been doing something very similar, just higher highs, higher lows, crazy upward channel. But if we go back here now on the daily, and this is a daily chart, what we're looking at is this area right here in the middle of this rising, right? So you can see Bitcoin in this swing high, and let me get the Fibonacci retracement, this swing high to this swing low, and then I'm going to just zoom in a little bit so that you can see it a little bit better. Bitcoin, what did it do at that Fibonacci resistance? It, for one day, tested it, and the next daily candle broke above and broke through, ultimately breaking this swing high. Now, in this case, this swing high, very similar to this swing high, the previous swing high that we're trying to break right now. What we need for Bitcoin, let me get this chart back on the screen here, is for Bitcoin to break this resistance area. But you can see what that looks like here on this chart. So we have a scenario here where Bitcoin bullishly breaks and just goes to a swing high, and that swing high was like $14,000, but it breaks the Fibonacci resistance and goes to another swing high, and then we have a scenario where it fails at the Fibonacci resistance and it comes back down. So these are, I mean, yeah, you could be like, Dan, so what you're saying is it can go up or down. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. But the clues now in the short-term charts to get a sense of what direction it will be going are starting to play out on these charts. Now, we do mention that separation is what we look for, right? But I can't help but see this daily charts interact with this Fibonacci resistance. And I know I've been saying I'm not convinced until Bitcoin truly breaks above this, but right now it's starting to look more convincing because we are getting these higher highs and higher lows. Bitcoin's truly testing this Fibonacci resistance area, and there seems to be some potential momentum in play for the Bitcoin bulls. So I don't want to put myself totally out there and say that I think a breakout to the upside is coming, but I'm starting to lean that way with just this upward momentum. The other thing is, if you're on this daily chart in this move where Bitcoin did break the resistance area, I want to show you the RSI lastly. So at that moment, as Bitcoin was getting ready to break that Fibonacci resistance, right, you can see Bitcoin had just come down to a swing low on this RSI on the daily chart to right around there. And actually, let me just put a line, a horizontal line, so that we can see that. And you can just see from this swing high that Bitcoin needed to break, Bitcoin put in kind of this falling channel on the RSI that you can see, right, before breaking to the upside. And if we zoom out on the daily chart now and we go over to what Bitcoin is doing now, you can just see a very similar setup. This falling channel that Bitcoin is in, Bitcoin with that swing low very close to the RSI. So in terms of daily momentum on this oscillator, Bitcoin is poised to make a break for it to the upside. So maybe this is more of a bullish video. There's still just such a big chance that Bitcoin fails, right? Again, I'll ask the same question as I asked last night after I upload this video. What is going to happen? But right now, if we're not going to get the separation, we're getting exactly what we would like to see, which is kind of this upward push, this upward momentum found in these 6-hour candles. And so we'll see what happens. I really think the next 12 hours will be critical for Bitcoin, but I could be totally wrong. This could just keep going. I mean, we could keep trading. I could be doing another video tomorrow night and Bitcoin's trading, 19,350 or something. So we're going to keep tracking it. Don't forget the apex of the symmetrical triangle is just below us. There's such potential to test that area. Remember, the true support for Bitcoin outside of this Fibonacci resistance channel is this new Fibonacci support area confluent with the apex down here. That support is 18,300 to 18,000. So something to be prepared for. But let's keep tracking this. I want to do a quick update for you all. I hope you're having a good day, good night out there. Hit that subscribe, hit that like. I'll see you in the next video. God bless.